mic big.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, ready.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips Podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Tuesday, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere that you get podcasts. It's that simple. The official weapon of the show is...
Phone chair. Phone chair. I had to think about that for a second.
And the unofficial sport?
Bullet ball.
A bullet ball extreme. Of course, we took a couple of days off, holidays and all that stuff. Just resting and recouping. But we still did a couple premium things. So you got a movie review for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. If you're a premium listener, that's in your feed. And you also got a Little Smacking Good episode last night. So we always looking out for y'all. We always got a little something for you. We appreciate y'all. Karen, do you have any banter?
I do.
All right.
Life on other planets?
Oh, well, I wouldn't like to even discuss that.
Why not?
It's a debatable point, I suppose.
What do you think yourself? You must have an opinion here.
Well, there's only one world, man.
Do you think that can stand up to present scientific investigation?
I think it could.
Do you think so?
I think
we got a lot talking on it. DJ Joffrey, we gotta get to the beat. Where the beat at? Let me fast forward. All right, Karen, give me some banter, please.
Me and you went to Chopped yesterday, and the meal was good. My only problem, and I've always had a problem with this, I don't give a fuck about y'all paper straws.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
Make them plastic, because, I was having some lemonade.
Fuck them dolphins.
Child.
Fuck the environment and fuck the kids. We didn't have no kids.
They got to be a better way than the paper straws, because...
I mean, you could drink straight out the cup.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Why?
Okay. So, all right. Well, let's just complain. Go ahead.
Why would I do that? I love a straw, and I should be able to have it all. Why can't I save the environment and suck out a straw, and the straw not be paper, and then halfway through my drink, the straw start folding into itself because it's made out of fucking paper, and I'm sipping liquid. Like, if you're gonna make it out of paper, put a line in, I don't know, something in it that don't dissolve. It doesn't make sense. I don't mind the paper, but the paper shouldn't respond like paper. I'm sucking the straw. It don't make sense. Waterproof it or something. Maybe it's me. I don't get it.
All right. Well, some of us care about the environment, and we would like the earth to be around for people after we're dead, and some of us just want the plastic straws, and that's fine. If that's what you need to get through life. It's all about being, mildly inconvenienced, and we don't want that.
Yes, you're right. I could do something, but I am an American. We complain about shit that we have no intentions on fixing ever. That's what we do. We're number one at that bullshit.
You could use the straw to suck up all that dressing that you get when you put on your salads. Your dressing soup.
Roger messes with me because I'll be like, extra dressing, please. I don't want to taste the lettuce. I want salad dressing with a little bit of salad in it. So he calls it a salad soup. I don't give a goddamn. I want to taste the dressing. I don't give a damn about that salad. The salad is good, but I want to taste the dressing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can taste the dressing without drowning the lettuce in the salad in the dressing. It's possible. You don't have to. You don't have to make it into a runny soup of dressing. You could just a little bit of dressing goes a long way.
That should be dry. I'm good. Maybe that's just me. I'm like, and the same thing with milk and cereal. I'm the person that pour the milk in and then eat the cereal. I know that drives some people crazy, and I'm looking at you like, why is you eating milk and cereal with a thimble full of milk and a bunch of cereal? Like, I don't know. I can't comprehend that. So that's just where my mind functions.
Well, God made us all special and different.
he did. So I'm happy that he made me different. I happen to function like this and desire this. That's what you signed up for. The soupy salad girl. and the person, particularly when I used to drink cow's milk, boy, I can go through some milk because I will pour a big old bowl and just pour the cereal and eat my cereal like that. I know some people, they go, the fuck, Karen, and I'm looking at you the same way you look at me.
Some restaurants have soup or salad, and you like soupy salad. You just do something different. Everybody gotta have their own thing.
Yeah, and in fact, we went on my other thing. Yeah, I like to taste the salad dressing in my salads. So that
I do too. I would actually venture to guess everybody does.
You sure?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't think you're alone in that at all. I think you're alone in the amount of dressing that you need in order to taste it, thereby defeating the nutritional value of the entire salad, making it pointless to go.
I defeat the whole purpose, don't I? I'm like, yeah, this is healthy. Let me drench it in dressing. Well, Karen, you're supposed to eat the other shit with a little bit of salad dressing.
Well, it's your salad. You make it how you want.
It's good, dude.
It's a lot of dressing is all.
It'd be good. That's it for me.
All right, cool. I don't have anything, guys. I just I'm sure I have something, but I didn't write it down. I don't remember. So let's go back to get to these news topics.
Music.
All right, we got all kinds of news. Let me start first with the Diddy updates. Get these out the way.
Shit. More updates?
He's reportedly, well, first of all, his Walk of Fame star can't be taken down. It isn't going anywhere, despite the controversy.
Yeah, because they pay for that.
Hollywood Chamber of Commerce spokesperson told TMZ the organization hasn't discussed removing the star and is powerless to make it disappear. While the chamber has authority to nominate star recipients, manufacture and install stars upon city approval, and conduct a Walk of Fame installation ceremony, it lacks the authority to remove them. So, I guess there's other stars like Bill Cosby and Donald Trump that their stars have been vandalized but never removed. So,
right.
This is the precedent that they have.
Right. They're like, once you get on there, you're on there, and, people, fuck them up, but, we're not going to take them down, which makes sense.
Diddy is also reportedly upset over the release of the Cassie abuse video. There was an agenda, he says.
What?
He's incensed, the source said, especially about the video. He insists it doesn't tell the full story of what happened. Not that he's excusing it, but he says it's a selective video. It's his position that there was an agenda in releasing the video when it was released, but ultimately he knows that his big concern is the raids on his house. The Cassie video is just a distraction.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck could the agenda be? And also,
we trying about
what the fuck is the rest of the story? Because honestly, anyone who's watched that video, that's not a rest of the story video. Like, that's not one of those. That's not one of those. Oh man, I wonder what happened in this situation. Like, that is a story in 3 parts. Like, that is the full 2.5 hour movie. You don't need to see a person putting their hands on a woman like that. You don't need to see what precipitated that.
Right.
You honestly don't, because it wasn't like he was in danger. He ran out of there like you run after like a dog that's escaped the house or something, or like you're run like he didn't run out there like he didn't run out of there like, oh man, let me protect myself. And he kicked her when she was down several times, dragged her by her hair like a cave woman. He fucking threw stuff in the hallway and broke vases and shit. This is insane. And the sad part is it'll work on some dumb motherfuckers who will watch that video or not even watch the video and just hear his side of things, and they just want to be on the, hey, I'm neutral, or hey, you know, who knows what could have happened to do that. You know, this is one of the reasons I never really get with the jokes and the shit that are like, you know, the what would it take for you to hit a woman? I beat a bitch ass if she got a knife to my kid throat. Just some shit that is never gonna happen, but it gives a lot of men carte blanche to talk about how they would want to brutalize a woman.
Agreed.
And it's a thinly veiled premise that never pays off, and it's so weird and lame. But the point being, the people will fill in the blank. They'll come up with something. Oh, you know, like I saw his former security person already said, like, well, she stole his watch. So then he beat her like a fucking grown ass man.
Right.
Like that's what you took from that. She stole a billionaire's watch, and he needed to beat the woman who he loves, the woman he had been dating in public and making everybody think they were together in an equal type relationship. A woman who was 19 when they met and he's like 37 or some shit. He beat the shit out of her, paid for the camera footage, covered it up. And then, of course, there's every fucking thing else in the lawsuit, because that shit went exactly how she said in the lawsuit. And goddamn it if it don't make me believe everything else in that motherfucker.
Yep.
But yeah, he mad that we know. And also, fuck your fake apology. Who was that fake humble apology of, y'all saw me, I was at my lowest point? First of all, it's not about you. I hit rock bottom. No, you hit Cassie. That's what you hit. But I hit rock bottom. I got help. I'm going to therapy, rehab, whatever. Just please, no accountability, please. I had to feel bad, and that's the worst part of this whole thing. So yeah, it's like, fuck that shit. I don't want to hear it. I'm mad that y'all know. I'm sure Mel Gibson was mad we heard that tape too.
I bet he was.
You give a fuck about your feelings at a time like this? Time for your feelings was been up. He also got hit with another lawsuit where a woman claims he raped her multiple times.
Oh no.
Drugged and raped her.
Oh no.
Yeah, this stuff is piling up. It's piling up. April Lampro says she was a student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. She said he offered to mentor her in the fashion industry. After showering her with gifts and flowers, she claims they met up in 1995 at a Soho bar where he plied her with alcohol and then brought her back to his room at the Millennium Hotel. She said she started to feel ill as if the walls are closing in on her. He allegedly started to force himself on her. She said she was still conscious but unable to defend herself, and he began sexually assaulting her. She woke up the next morning nude, sore, and confused. Months later, she heard from Diddy as he began pursuing her again. She claims he lured her with access to music industry events. In the lawsuit, her attorney describes her as hopeful yet naive college student and took Mr. Combs at his word and believed that the first rape was a possible mulligan and decided to give him a second chance. This is one of those things too where, because that makes her not a perfect victim, which already she was not a perfect victim. She hung out with him. She drank with him. She came back to his hotel room. Already people are like, then rape is impossible. You know, like that's just how people are. Like if it's not a stranger jumping out of the bushes, they'll never believe anyone's ever been sexually assaulted. It's all for money and fame. Because, you know, the rich, famous rape victims that we all are like, oh my God, wish I could get like them.
Right.
But the thing about these music guys that sell these dreams and shit, and make you feel kind of like, especially for a young person, like, access. Well, I'm gonna lose my dream. This, you know, that's like
what they prey on.
Oh, okay, maybe he just didn't understand that I was too gone to consent. Maybe that's all. He's a nice guy. She says they were on their way to dinner, walking to the car in the parking garage when he forced her to perform oral sex on him. She says the garage attendant saw them and Diddy was unfazed. After that incident, she says she rejected his continued invitations. He grew angry, calling her and threatening to blacklist her in the industry. She claims he developed a mobster persona. Then she said there was an incident in 1996 where he ordered her to his apartment, and when she got there, she was introduced to Kim Porter. She claims he forced ecstasy down her throat and then demanded she have sex with Kim while he masturbated. Eventually, she said he sexually assaulted her again in that situation.
Oh no.
He broke things off in 1998, but then had a run-in with Kim at a restaurant where April was working. According to the suit, Kim told the restaurant owner that April had tried to poison her, and if he didn't fire her, Diddy would shut down the business. April says she was fired. In the docs filed by Tyrone Blackburn, April says she and Diddy ran into each other once more at Rockefeller Center around the end of 2000, early 2001, where she points out that he was dating J-Lo. After they exchanged pleasantries, she claims Diddy ended up coming back to her apartment. Then he suddenly violently grabbed her and forced himself on her, but she was able to fight him off and left. And sometime last year, she claims someone told her that her then boyfriend, that he had seen a video of her having sex with Diddy. In the suit, she says she's been told Diddy recorded the sexual encounter without her knowledge and has shown the video to multiple people. So she's suing him for sexual assault, battery, and a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, doing the same thing. A lot of them do this. I pay attention sometimes in the background, your documentaries. A lot of times they save these things like trophies. R. Kelly did it, like they purposely hold on to evidence and shit like this for whatever reasons, be it blackmail, be it for their own satisfaction or whatever it may be. And so who knows what they found and what other tapes and other things that they may have found on his property that we don't have privy to.
Right.
And
because this case does sound like different than Cassie's case, although, you know, I don't think you can put anything past a person that we saw on that tape hitting her like that. But I wonder if finding out this man kept evidence, finding out that there's tapes out there that are leaking, if you go, okay, I am gonna sue, my tape might drop and or something, you know, like someone has that evidence somewhere, and if so, let me try to, you know, get my version of justice or whatever. But yeah, and once again, it's starting to add up. I think also one of the things I many people will never be able to relate to, which is ironic. We were just listening to Keith and the Girl episode where they were talking with a woman who was abused in a relationship, and she's explaining like the mentality and how such a smart, vivacious woman could get caught up in something like that, and the shame attached to it, and the low self-esteem, and all the stuff it takes to unwork that and to get out of that, and how you get used to certain cycles in the abuse and protecting this person and all this stuff. And most people who've never felt that or dealt with that will always be able to be like, well, I wouldn't do that. So this person clearly is either lying or it's their fault that these things kept happening to them. And I think you need to be morally pure and perfect for most people to go, well, you shouldn't have been sexually assaulted. Like, to me, sexual assault is still sexual assault. So if you took ecstasy down someone's house and then you woke up to being sexually assaulted, to me, it's not like, well, nah, that one's okay. Cause I guess I can't relate to the mentality of a person that would sexually assault somebody because, oh, well, they can't consent, but I'm gonna fuck them anyway. Oh, they passed out, but it doesn't matter. No one wants to step into that side of it. It makes me wonder if, like, so do you identify with that side of it? Is that something you would do? Because to me, that's one of the most despicable things on the earth you can do to somebody else. So, like, how the fuck do you immediately jump to that side of like, well, of course he did that thing and that's fine, but what were you doing trying to get a job? You know, like, it's such a weird thing. Or like, you didn't get what you wanted, so you say you were sexually assaulted. Well, this happened in 1998, 1996. Clearly, I've been fucking quiet and didn't get shit. Coincidentally, evidence is coming out, and they may have my evidence somewhere in the vault. And I come out and go, I'm suing now. To me, I don't look at it as a, well, what the fuck does she want? I look at it like, hey man, I can see the logic of, I gotta wait till this motherfucker's weak. I gotta wait till the time is right where my story will be believed. At this point, watching that video, I'm not putting shit past them, so it worked on me. It's enough for me to be like, yeah, if she came and told this story before that video, before Cassie's lawsuit, I'm sure vast majority of people be like, look at this girl trying to get some money out of Diddy, man. They always, now you can't put nothing past them. So I get why this is coming out now.
Yeah, and also it's just one of those things to where it is a small percentage, of very, very extremely small percentage of people that come out and lie about rape. Most people that come out and say they've been sexually assaulted and or sexually abused in some form, shape, or fashion, regardless of sexual gender orientation or anything like that, are telling the truth. But in order for people to justify in their minds and not think that everybody and a lot of people around them is so fucked up, they have to rationalize it. A lot of people, particularly men, go, well, I don't do it, don't none of my friends do it. Dog, you don't know nothing about your friends. You think you know them? You don't know them, because people that abuse don't wear I am an abuser goddamn t-shirt. I don't understand people's logic behind it.
They don't just walk around being like, I have to abuse everybody.
Right.
Which is another way people end up being like, well, shit, they was cool with me.
Right. And also the thing that kind of makes me mad, and people do this, and sometimes I don't think that they realize how bad they sound, and then they wonder why everybody gets in their ass, is when they want to use that 1 or 2% percentage to come out and almost justify this thing happened and it was not true to this person. And so when you do that, a lot of times you're dismissing all the people that's coming out and say this really did happen to me. It's almost like, what do I have to do to prove to you that this didn't happen to me?
And
it wouldn't matter.
And I've been intentional on the show about not sharing every time some celebrity is accused of something, not just sharing it on the show as if like, well, that's the facts, that's what happened, obviously they did it, and the only reason I'm even covering this story is because specifically the video we saw with Diddy, the lawsuit, and the fact that the video confirmed Cassie's version of events. At this point, I can't put nothing past the dude. Like if this was just like if the same lawsuit was against Will Smith right now, I wouldn't even be covering it on the show. I'll be like, we'll have to see in court how it works out. But if there was some video of Will Smith sexually assaulting people, you goddamn right I'm talking about it, because now we know that you're not incapable of that.
Right. And like you say, is something else. How everybody claims that nobody know a rapist, but there are a whole lot of victims around. And most of the women and particularly female women in your life at a really young age have been sexually assaulted, verbally, physically touched in something at some period at some point in their lives. A lot of people, just particularly men, won't sit down and talk to them and actually find out these things. So they have no compassion and they have no empathy and understanding.
They only think about themselves in that moment. Because, the truth of the matter is a lot of people have had sex that I think is not consensual or on some type of weird gray area borderline shit. And no one wants to think about that. No one wants to think about two people getting drunk and having sex. And if one of them decides I wasn't with it enough, and now you got to live with that label, like that's how they tighten up is what if I'm falsely accused? What if somebody comes out and says something that I thought was okay wasn't okay? Then you also have the virgin horror complex that many women are thrust into, and we're talking very cis het shit,
right?
There's also stuff attached to same-sex sexual assault, shame, homophobia, stuff like that keeps people protected or keeps people from coming out and spread and letting people know what's happened. But with the virgin whore thing, a lot of times women will make like the calculated logic of, well, yeah, you sexually assaulted me, but if I can salvage this into some sort of either relationship or, whatever, like maybe like I can get some semblance of respect and whatever fruitfulness out of this relationship because it's already happened, and so people often do not understand that logic because it hasn't happened to them. Right. So they don't know about the mental anguish and trying to make something right that can never be right. Trying to like the disbelief making you want to make this person into a different person than the person who did this thing. So yeah, I think it's a lot of deep, complex stuff that comes up, and these moments are when it pops out, when people tell their stories and they're not a guy jumping out the bushes. They're not, oh, it only happened one time. The fact that, oh, you still wanted to be a star after that? Yeah, I already been sexually assaulted. So at this point, if I can get a record deal or something out of this, maybe I can salvage what has happened to me, you know?
It'll quote unquote make it worth it. And, it's one of those things when, you talk about being sexually assaulted. A lot of people think that your self-worth and how you feel about yourself matters. A lot of times none of that shit matters when these things happen. Like a lot of people will say, and for some people it's true, low self-esteem, but there's some people's self-esteem that was to the sky, but these things still happen to them. It's irrelevant. They still, a lot of them still, people still end up in very abusive relationships, and are smart and intelligent, got all the degrees but all the letters behind it, and still get their face punched in. So education and all that stuff has nothing to do with this. It's a tactic. It's a predator looking for prey.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And also, just one last thing, a lot of these stories are just the cost of the story is how many talented people we'll never hear from, how many talented people will run out of the industry, how many talented people ended up with substance abuse and mental health issues and stuff like that. That's the cost of these genius important men that are too good for us to let go of. Well, the cost is all the beautiful, genius, important people that they abused who had no recourse. That's the power. Celebrities are now unfollowing Diddy on social media. Young Miami, LeBron James have unfollowed him on both Twitter and Instagram. He's now been reported Meek Mill has also chosen to unfollow him. So seeing the video was the final straw for them. Steph Curry, Pat Mahomes, Kim Kardashian, and Kris Jenner have also unfollowed them. It's also like very telling that the unfollow is how we measure like, yeah,
they done got serious.
They really not fucking with them no more.
Right? You unfollow, that's like the death sentence in social media land.
They unfollowing people now, dog.
Yeah, it done got real. He done got real in the streets.
Did he get to go to prison? Nah, nigga. Young Miami unfollowed him though, so he did that.
Yeah, something serious happened, dog.
Young Miami denies getting golden showers from Diddy. I was playing. The City Girl rapper Young Miami denies she's a fan of golden showers, which she previously indicated she enjoyed. On the episode of her podcast, Carisha Please, last year, Young Miami admitted that she enjoyed water sports in the bedroom, which caused P. Diddy to trend because she was in a relationship with him at the time. However, she since denied that it's something she engages in. Wait, so you aren't our P queen? Asked the fan, to which she, quote, replied, absolutely not. In the follow-up, someone said, when I found out you love getting pissed on, and she quote tweeted, I was playing, a nigga never ever peed on me. I did that to promote my card game, and it did exactly what I needed to do. I guess what it needed to do is what she meant. But yeah, in 2023, January, she played a game where she and her guest Trina would take a shot to answer a question. Take a shot if you like golden showers. Young Miami said, I do. When Trina asked if she liked it when a guy pees on you, she said, I don't know. It just do something to me. The same year, she revisited those comments and clarified that she never said it was Diddy she enjoyed golden showers with. I never said he was the one I did that with. Sex is a part of life. I'm grown. Maybe I talk about it too much. But everybody's got their personal experiences. Some people get shitted on. Some people live life on the edge. Some people boring as fuck. I watch a lot of porn. Bitches get peed on. If we grown and we in the house just chilling, we want to talk about sex. What's wrong with that? More recently, she responded to allegations she was employed as a sex worker for Diddy for $250,000 a month and transported pink cocaine for him. She said, y'all be going for anything, something that the internet made up, and y'all ran with it. Niggas don't even pay that much for child support. Why the fuck would a nigga pay me $250K for what?
I don't even know what that is. Is it really pink, or is it code for something else?
Pink cocaine.
Yes.
I knew this a month ago when it was relevant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sure I actually said what it was on the show.
You probably did.
It's a drug that appears to have what Takubi is what it's called. Synthetic drug. Usually contains a variety of dangerous substances. It has ecstasy, ketamine, caffeine. 44% of the samples tested had that. 2 of the 150 samples actually had cocaine in it. So I guess it's a euphemism, and it doesn't normally have cocaine in it.
Oh, so it's a hodgepodge.
Yeah. It says sedation, elevated mood, euphoric rush, enhanced perceptions, increased empathy, numbness to pain, temporary amnesia.
No, thank you.
And then there's different ones. Some have meth in it. Some have benzodiazepine. Yes, I don't know.
If I got to put out a goddamn periodical table to find out what my drugs is, I'll pass.
Yeah, so I think that's all the Diddy news of the day for that one. But let's keep talking. Nicki Minaj got arrested in Amsterdam for drug possession, which feels like an oxymoronic thing to say. It was for weed possession. She says it was her security that had weed in their luggage when they were going to leave Amsterdam. So you can't, just because it's legal in the state don't mean you can like hop on a plane with the shit
and leave with it, right?
Yeah, they had to cancel her show.
Oh, because that's right, she was on her way to a show, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was announced a new date for her Manchester concert, likely in June or July. She also hinted at a special bonus for ticket holders of the canceled show, but didn't reveal what it would be. Additionally, she confirmed that she would perform at her scheduled Birmingham gig on Sunday.
Somewhere in Alabama?
No.
Oh, Birmingham.
Somewhere over there.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I mean, she ain't here. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was interesting because she live, like not live tweeted, but live Instagram lived her arrest. And the police was basically like, ma'am, come on. Like
they were like, no, we don't believe you, ma'am.
The way they were just like, ma'am, come on, we not doing, like, just get in the
go ahead
get
and
in the car.
Go ahead and get in the paddy wagon.
Yeah, like she was
I'm
like,
pretty sure they called it paddy wagon over there.
I don't know. Yeah, it was Amsterdam, so it's not like England or UK or whatever. I guess it's not UK.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was just like they everybody was like, well, not everybody. One of my friends was like, this is so scary. And I was like, I don't know. It actually seems kind of nice. Like, if I'm going to get arrested, I want them to do it. You know?
Nice and cordial.
Like, they were just like, man, they were like a parent when someone throws a tantrum. Like when a baby is throwing a tantrum, and like the parents that don't freak out because they've seen it before, and it's just like, no, don't pick them up.
Right, we ain't going through this.
Don't worry about it.
Lessons are gonna be learned.
No, he can't have Skittles. Okay, he had Skittles before we left the house. Everybody just he's gonna get up. He's gonna put the Skittles back on the shelf. Yes, he is.
Yeah, we're gonna stand right here until it happens.
Right. You got all day, bitch. I got all day.
Ain't that the truth? We'll both stand here and look at each other till one of us poop.
I was like, man, it must be nice to get arrested in a place like that. But they're just like, ma'am, you'll be out in an hour. Just come on home. Come on. Let's see. Let's keep it to rap and crime. Okay, let's just keep it.
Okay,
keep it on theme.
Let's keep it on topic.
Travis Scott has settled his last remaining Astro World wrongful death lawsuit. So remember when everybody was telling me how, it was gonna be he going to prison? Oh my God, this man,
I guess a whole lot of things will get to him.
I came on the show. I said, are y'all sure y'all not just on Twitter a lot and overreacting and cherry picking like clips and being like, this man killed them people?
Right.
Because it just seems like a lot of things have to happen at a live venue hosting something for the artist to be the one responsible if people die. It just seemed like a lot, like the band that was on stage when the venue caught on fire and people died in the fire, probably the furthest from like going to go to jail.
Right.
Not even if they was in there being like set this motherfucker on fire. People will still be, that's a performance.
Right.
You know who, the people that set the fire, the people that's in charge of safety for the venue,
right?
The people that got to have a fire code,
right? The people that's supposed to, watch over the venue. Like, there's a lot of people before you get to the band.
Yeah, and so I guess in this case he has reached the final settlement. And this happened in 2021. So yeah, there was 10 victims, and during the crowd crush during his performance at the festival. Yeah, I mean, I guess good for everybody that involved. Essentially, it's sad their loved ones are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Rapper Sean Kingston. He got arrested in California after the SWAT raided his home. He was charged with fraud.
Who? Do I know a
Sean
song?
Kingston.
Am I supposed to know a song? You know me, I don't be knowing nobody, no artist.
Sean Kingston made Beautiful Girls. No.
Say y'all will never work. You have me suicidal.
Okay, that song. Yes,
he made that song. So he was arrested in California on fraud charges Thursday, several hours after a SWAT team raided his rented South Florida mansion and carted away a van load of items. He was arrested without incident on a Florida warrant in the area of Fort Irwin, an army base. Earlier in the day, they arrested his 61-year-old mother, Janice Turner, during the raid of the rapper's 14,000 square foot home. They said he lived in a neighborhood where all the celebrities live, like The Rock and Tyreek Hill. So I wonder if that's where Puff Daddy lived. Broward County, that's probably Miami, right? Anyway, Broward County prosecutors referred to all questions to the sheriff's office. He went on Instagram and said, "People love negative energy. I am good, and so is my mother. My lawyers are handling everything as we speak." The post was later taken down. Here's a problem with being charged with fraud. And I don't want to make it specific to Sean Kingston. I don't know anything about his character, makeup. He could be fine gentleman. But here's the problem with being charged with fraud. What's a fraudster gonna say on Instagram? Everything's fine. No one's in trouble. It's not a big deal. I don't know. When the feds raid the crib and arrest your mama,
it's a problem.
I think there's cause for concern.
I might ask some questions.
I would. My first instinct wouldn't be let me get on the gram and spin the story to make sure everybody understands, since the gram is not going to be the judge and jury.
No, they are not.
The gram didn't fill out any warrants.
No,
the gram won't be representing you.
They will
during
not
the trial. So I'm just kind of like, it feels fraudster-ish to be like, well, let me make sure my image is clean on the socials. So yeah, and I wonder what made them take down. I wonder if the lawyers was like, take that shit down.
They was. They was like, no, sir.
Like, take that shit down. What are you doing? Right,
this will not be evidence. Take it off.
Right. We don't need this bullshit.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's see. Any more rappers? T.I. said he's staying away from politics. It just ain't worth it.
Who wanted to know his opinion? Who asked for it?
My guess is he said that because he was asked.
Okay.
It's not seem like the kind of thing he just brings up.
Right.
So he was on the Breakfast Club and it came up and he just said it ain't worth it. It ain't as important to me as it is to them. The political conversations I was having were out of genuine sense of wanting to do what's right for the community, not because I have aspirations of being mayor, governor, president, none of that. I don't care about any of that. Yeah, I think also it's interesting because one of the things that is probably hurting a lot of artists right now as far as their public perception is the whole we're boycotting people that don't say free Palestine or whatever.
So they I'm standing.
So a lot of these artists
away
are
from it.
realizing the cost to taking a stance, especially for something that doesn't directly affect you in the way that, say, like Black Lives Matter does, where it's like, oh, I'm actually advocating for myself by proxy of this cause,
right?
And my fans love this cause, and I don't need to be educated on it. I already kind of know it. And even then, many of those rappers fumbled that one.
Yes, they did.
We heard them say some asinine, dumb things about Black Lives Matter. You know, I still remember, like, I don't remember it's like ASAP Rocky or Travis Scott, but one of them being on like a radio show and just denigrating Black Lives Matter like it's not a big deal. Lil Wayne and his, you know, Black Lives Matter, I'm a young black rich nigga. Like, it's just you know, so all that to say, I can understand how a lot of these rappers would want to stay out of it because there's really no upside. If you advocate for whatever you're advocating for, you being the person to push it over the edge is basically zero.
Right.
Like where the people in power and in charge just hadn't thought about it until T.I. contributed a tweet. No, so there's no upside in that you're gonna get credit for. You'll get pats on the back on social media, but if we're being frank, social media people don't really support shit.
They do not.
They don't leave the house.
They don't buy
shit. So you'll be the most look at No Name, most popular nigga on Twitter. Nobody's fucking with her music or going to her concerts like that.
I couldn't tell you a song.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem isn't you can't tell them a song. The problem is the people that support your tweets can't tell you a song.
True.
Because they the ones being like, yeah, say that shit. And then when you say it, they like, oh, okay, cool. So my concert's at 8. Yeah, I got things to do. I'm gonna stay inside on the internet and yell at celebrities. So you got that shit going for you. And then, like I said, that's if you don't fuck it up. Because it's easy to fuck it up, and people want you to say exactly what they want you to say. They don't want you thinking about it. They don't want you parsing anything. They don't want you in the middle. Both sides end up mad. They don't want you, and whatever side you step to, the other side is extremely mad about it. It's just I see why there's no real reason for a guy like him to talk about that.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit them. That's why I said quit asking them their fucking opinions. Like, just stop. Because if they don't say the exact thing that you want them to say, you're going to get mad, call them stupid, call them dumb, call them uneducated, and be like, why didn't you learn? But at the same time, you demanded they give you an answer right now. And you know, you really don't actually care. And so it's just one of those things where I could see a lot of them going, nah, dog, I'd rather say nothing. Because if I don't say anything, if everybody be mad, who cares? Because not trying to be funny, it's one of these things, time's going to pass on past this moment, and once it does, this demand won't be as high and it won't be as hard.
And well, my thing is, it'll always be something. If this moment will pass, it'll always be something. But and I also think, obviously, the people on our side are like, this is what the right thing to say is, and we just, because we only really talk to each other, we just think everyone's with that, or it's worth whatever cost you have to pay. And a lot of people are gonna be like, it's actually not worth it to me. The other thing too is he could easily get this you.
Yes, sir.
The man's been accused of sexual assault by several women. It would be super easy for him to make some political stance and people be like, oh, you want to make a stand right now? So that's another reason motherfuckers don't want to do it. Is it selfish? Yep, but so is everybody else.
All right.
Let's see. Any more rappers doing shit? Nope. All right, we got through all the rappers doing shit, everybody. I do have a couple more articles I want to talk about though.
Okay.
Herschel Walker is sitting on, actually, you know what? Let me play music here so I can go back later and get this money. All right. Republicans are mad because Herschel Walker is sitting on millions of unspent campaign funds.
Why y'all mad? That's what y'all wanted, right? His dumbass up there speaking on your behalf.
The National Republicans are in dire need of money, and he's sitting on more than $4 million in leftover campaign funds and has no intention of using it to help the GOP or Donald Trump.
I wouldn't either.
While the Georgia Republican Party with it being nearly broke, and the Republican National, I wish, I'm not going to do a whole thing, but that sentence, why is that not a headline?
Right. This is the bullshit.
This is why motherfuckers be on social media feeling so goddamn hopeless, because they never ever harp on the Republican failings, the weaknesses. If the Democratic Party was fucking broke in Georgia,
it would be.
Do you understand how
national news?
We get tired of it. It would be on. It would lead every fucking A block of every fucking TV show about news all the time. Comedians are doing stand up about it and shit. One of the fucking parties in our country is a goddamn joke because they don't care about running shit. They just want to be biggest. And the malfeasance of funneling all this shit. I said I wasn't going to do this, but the malfeasance of funneling all this money to and for just only Donald Trump. So you be the party of Trump. Your fucking leaders are sitting in a goddamn courtroom while this man is on trial for paying a porn star under the table. And these motherfuckers are there to support him. Where's the money for raising money for your fucking, all these races y'all about to lose? Y'all raised all that money to keep war knocking them out of the seat. Now y'all about to get a fucking seat away, you fucking losers. All because y'all love this one man. That's why they really want Trump to win, because they are putting every fucking chip on the Trump just gotta win. And if Trump wins, then we'll fucking steal everything. We're gonna fucking
they'll steal everything,
take everything not nailed down to the floor. We're gonna take everybody's rights. We're gonna run roughshod over all the Democratic shit. We really do want a dictator, and he's our last shot at this shit. But goddamn, why the fuck is the media failing us? Because this should be the goddamn headline. It should constantly be brought up. Hey, because I know it ain't just Georgia. Hey, y'all, they don't have money to win their fucking state election because Donald Trump wants to keep all of it just for fucking him.
Yes, he does. And what they fail to realize, child, if he win, him and his daughter and his family go take all that goddamn money and splendor and waste it anyway to pay back all his lawyers and all this shit. Like, it is fucking stupid.
So, he ain't gonna pay the money back. And my guess is, I don't even think he's doing it because he's got the money and he's balling and paying all his back child support and all that shit. I actually think the money is sitting in the account. I just don't think Herschel Walker remembers the PIN number.
He not a smart man.
He's just sitting there putting his jersey number in over and over, and they're like, "No, Herschel, it was 4 digits. It's 4. You can't just." All right. What is the code? Potato Salad Tuesday. That's not a number, Herschel. We can't do nothing with that.
That's not the code, and I'm glad. I'm glad they can't get it and don't have access, and I hope they never get a dime.
They keep fucking with these grifters good.
Right. And y'all touted this man out here, and this man was the opposite of everything y'all stood for.
Yep.
And y'all still put him out there. He fucking lost. Y'all dropped him like a bad habit. So I do not blame him. I would not do it either. And like you said, this is not trying to be funny. This is the bullshit that the Daily and all them need to cover. Not fucking this black man is the black man's vote for Trump. Don't give a fuck about that. Cover this bullshit. Sorry.
Speaking of Donald Trump, he spoke at the Libertarian conference or whatever the other day, and he got booed. Because I guess the Libertarians don't actually fuck with him. Which is interesting because they seem to really do as much as they could to get him elected not too long ago. The Libertarians were always on the sideline, always on the, well, Biden is just this, and they always come off like Republican light, you know?
Yes, they do.
So it's, part of me, I can't really give them a lot of credit.
You don't get no cookie for that.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see him get booed in that way. And he said something about well, actually I can play it for y'all. Give me a second, I'll put it on screen.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And my thing, who cares when you probably gonna vote for him anyway? The fuck? Okay, you booed him.
The thing, I'll say it after the it's played. I'll say it after it's played.
D-Roy wrote, Donald J. Trump will address the Libertarian Party at its national convention on Saturday. The Libertarian Party should nominate Trump for President of the United States. Whoa. That's nice. That's nice. Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe you don't want to win. Maybe you don't want to win. Thank you, D-Roy. Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years. D-Roy.
Now, that's the funniest part of the whole thing is how libertarians are so stuck in that their own navel that they fucking think that 3% is worth it every year, and they
make or break something.
They essentially abstain from voting. Now the thing for me is I've never wanted to or cared about courting libertarians because they're never liberal. They every once in a while they'll be socially liberal, but they're essentially conservatives,
right?
Conservative, Republican light, and in especially in a time where there's no middle ground. If you're choosing Republicans, that's a fucking choice. And
yes, it is.
There's a reason that, Trump came there to talk about it. But here's the thing for me, though. I don't know that they wouldn't boo Biden if he came there next week. Just what the fuck they do.
Right.
They're we don't like any of the choices people. I don't know that if Biden came, they would be like, okay, you know what? You're more reasonable.
Right.
We are pragmatic and we understand that we need. I just think they boo him too, because they're just fucking children. Let's see. What else do I want to bring up real quick? I had a couple things. Oh, well, this one's quick, but also just terrible. So, the International Court of Justice on Friday ordered Israel to immediately halt its military operations in Rafah, which is a city in southern Gaza, where more than 1 million Palestinians have sought refuge in dire conditions. Israel's supposedly had set up like humanitarian camps and all this stuff, or at least a zone for people to have these camps and to live and not be, attacked in the next attack or whatever. But they also were not going to comply with this, United Nations order because there's no power to enforce it. But what? So they, they were told not to. Guess what they did? They attacked it, and they ended up killing some civilians, like people that weren't involved, that were in the camps, in tents and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Netanyahu basically came out and said it was just a tragic mistake.
Like it was a tragic mistake to kill them people from like that kitchen place when they had already
World Kitchen.
Yeah, they had already pre-approved. They already told y'all this is the route they were going to take. Like they did all that shit and y'all still shot and killed them people.
That one might have been a mistake, honestly, but I don't think this is. Like if you told me, like I see no reason for them to kill those people in the whatever, right? Like there's no win in it for them. Not public relations wise, you're not getting rid of a threat. You're not sending a message. It may, unless you think the messages don't give any humanitarian aid, but at the same time, they're actually allowing because the United States is making them basically, but they're allowing humanitarian aid. But let's say that for that one they fucked up because killing those people is horrible PR. This one y'all were told on Friday not to do the shit.
Y'all did it anyway.
Y'all didn't just do it, but then y'all killed people that weren't involved.
Nothing to do with it.
And then you're just like, oh, it's a tragic accident. So I don't have no answers for people with this shit. I think and that's probably because I truly believe that even if the US abandons them, they're going to continue to do this.
Yes, they are.
Would it be nice for the US government to come out and abandon them? I think so at this point. I don't know how you I don't know what we're getting out of this allyship, and I'm pretty sure Netanyahu just wants to be, you know, a dictator, Trump-ish, high, like
Yes,
this
sir.
conservative person that doesn't give a fuck. I also think this is what, for all the people that are like, well, this is why I'm not voting. Donald Trump did address this, and he said that he thinks Israel should do whatever they want to do, to whatever they need to do, and he wouldn't stop them at all. And he also would like to lock up all the protesters here who are protesting against what Israel's doing. So I guess if you think that's the better choice, we will find out together if motherfuckers vote that way. But he don't sound like a better choice to me than even what Biden's doing.
Yep, stop fucking around.
So I don't, you know, maybe it's no difference to you at all, but I don't know. I think it could be. I think the imagination of a lot of people, a lot of good people, just is like, but it can't get worse. They say it can't get worse. And they say it can get worse, and they always give you the worst case scenario, but they don't believe in it until it happened, and then they find out that, you know, fat meat greasy or whatever, and now it's like, oh wow, that really can happen. I'll give you a perfect example. Right now, the new talking point is, I'm not voting because the next president, if it's Biden, he won't get to pick Supreme Court justices because Alito and Clarence Thomas will stay the whole time, and they'll only retire if Trump goes in office. Okay. Number one, what if they just fucking die?
Right.
You know, like Scalia. It's not always up to them when they leave. Like Ginsburg died, right? Here's the other part. Let's say that because what they're saying is, I'm not voting because it doesn't really, these seats won't really be up for grabs. But what about 2016, when you actually knew there was a seat up for grabs and you still didn't vote? So this is why I can't feel like these people are heroes. I feel like it's inaction disguised as action. It's
non-action is an action.
It's doing nothing and being like, I have the moral high ground. You did nothing. You stayed at home. You didn't do shit.
Right.
So I don't have to respect that, and I don't think you are morally better than anyone. I think you're complicit. I think you're more complicit. Like if it's people who voted for Trump, and then there's you, like you right next to him pushing them through. So I don't buy that bullshit of like, well, nah, it's because the Supreme Court won't really. Well, y'all said that shit before, and when it was up for grabs, you didn't give a fuck, and now it's not up for grabs, quote unquote, and you don't give a fuck. Oh wait, I see the commonality. It's been fucking 20 years and you've never given a fuck.
Correct.
Maybe that's the problem. Anyway, is there anything else? Oh, you know what? A little bit of broke people news. Broke news. Broke. Five broke.
We ain't got it.
Fast food is considered a luxury by 80% of people now.
I can see that. The shit is high. The shit is high. You used to could get a Big Mac combo with the burger, fries, and drink for like $2.99. I think $3.20 once you added tax here in Charlotte, North Carolina. That meal is like $7-8 now. You know, once you add tax, everything like that. Like you literally, if me and you was to go out and like be like, I want a combo and you want a combo. Oh, we spending about $40.
Right.
You know, and then don't be trying to be fancy and upsize it and some shit like that. Like if you got a fucking family, you be like, child, y'all better grab this hamburger helper and call it a day. Ain't nobody got no time to drop $100 on goddamn McDonald's.
Yeah, 80% of people, and that's also because prices have skyrocketed. It was already going up before the pandemic, but in the last 5 years, the cost of basic items like cheeseburgers or Chick-fil-A nuggets have risen about 200% in less than 5 years.
Woo.
A fast food meal with a family. So you're talking Happy Meals and whatever. It went from $35 to $40 to now $65 to $70 in just a few years.
Told you that's ridiculous. And all you get is a fucking Happy Meal and a toy that gonna lose and break within 2 minutes of y'all driving out the parking lot.
Keep in mind, like, if you live in a food desert and this is dinner, you know, on a regular basis.
And they got rid of all the dollar menu items.
Yeah, how you gonna afford it?
Right.
The other broke, we ain't got it. Average U.S. vehicle age hits record 12.6 years. Yeah, you goddamn right.
Yeah, I can see that because ain't nobody got no $30,000, $40,000 to drop on a fucking vehicle, and
that's not even like high end luxury vehicles. That's just cars now.
That's just the entry point.
The average U.S. new vehicle selling price is just over, how much you guess?
$32,000.
$45,000.
$45,000.
Yep.
And they talking about. I put it like this. The car industry, the pandemic caused car prices to rise. And because of that, they just kept them high. And you have a genre that they literally pushed out of the car market because everybody wants these hybrid infused trucks, SUVs, mid-size vehicles to like your really small cars. Because I think they got rid of like some of the smaller Fords and some of the smaller cars that you could get for like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $12,000, $15,000. You just could get an entry point car at that pricing point, but you can't do that anymore. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm keeping this bitch. And so people are like, either I'm gonna have to get repaired, or I'm gonna have to shuck and jive and hope I can pass inspection, or I'm not getting inspection at all with my fingers crossed, hoping the popo don't pull me over, because nobody has, the average person doesn't have that type of money, particularly here in the States where your wages haven't gone up. You know, your food going up, like your rent is going up, your mortgage is going up, like everything is going up. So people are actually holding on to vehicles a lot longer than they used to, because the thing is, they do the trade-in, and you used to have people that would do that because it was affordable. But now the money that they're giving you for your trade-in ain't even worth the decent down payment on a new car. People are like, well, bitch, I might as well keep my old shit then.
Yeah, I knew something was up when they started sending me emails from the dealership, and I was like, y'all don't want my old ass car. And it was like, we'll take it. And I'm like, so you can then do what? Then I gotta go buy a car, and I'm gonna find out, oh, car's $50,000 now. Right. By the way, prices are down more than $2,000 from the peak in December 2022. So they were costing more than the $45,000 on the average. Other factors include people waiting to see if they can buy an electric vehicle or go with a gas electric hybrid or gasoline vehicle. Yeah, because there's that credit in the taxes that you can take for some of them.
Yeah, like I said, and we'll see. Like for me, I want to, save everybody, but I'm gonna tell you right now, bitch. Unless I can go to every street corner and charge my shit up, I'm not doing it. I don't want to be going somewhere and fucking die in the middle of the road because I forgot to charge the shit. Half the people can't remember to charge their phones. You think they're going to remember to charge their cars? No.
All right. They do have hybrids, by the way. But yeah, that was just some broke news real quick. Let's see. We've been talking, a little over an hour. Let's see what else we can talk about. You know what? Let's do some LGBTQ news. Let's get into that real quick. That's not the right one. There we go.
What you want to be, you better move your body, you better move your feet, and I want to prove, show me what's cool, riding, caring, baby, LGBTQ news.
Hands down, I'm still around. I'm still shine, but we on the rise. What you can't do, what we got to do. Black guy who tips LGBTQ news. Oh, whoa. I love that song. But now it's time for some LGBTQ news. Pope Francis has apologized for saying that gay priests create F-wordetry in seminaries.
What? What's happening?
Why is a pope talking like that?
Did he say that? Did he get the translation wrong? You know he's from Rome.
Did he think he's talking about a pile of sticks? The fuck is the? He's not even supposed to be saying that, even if he does things like that. Even when he hate gay people, he's not supposed to say that. Pope Francis on Tuesday apologized for a poor choice of words regarding gay priests that elicited incredulous laughter from a group of bishops, according to 2 Italian newspapers. Well, that's what you need to do. Jesus would have laughed. The Pope never intended to offend or express himself in homophobic terms. He extended his apologies to those who felt offended by his use of the term, as reported by others. We'll say 2 Hail Marys. As he, Pope Francis has said on several occasions, in the church there is room for everyone. No one is useless. No one is superfluous. There's room for everyone, just as we are everyone. He made the remark in a closed door meeting with Italian bishops. So in the discussion about amending guidelines on candidates to seminaries, they said the Pope asserted that gay men shouldn't be allowed to train for priesthood, saying there is Frosiagini in some of the seminaries, which translates to, oh, okay, and all right, well, I guess it's like when I learned that the shrimp and the other word in Spanish is to kind of, they're not interchangeable, you know?
Oh.
But yeah, that's crazy. The Pope told CNN the term could also be understood to mean that there's a gay climate in the seminaries. So this is kind of double bigotry. Honestly, he's like, he got the double word score on this because it's we can't let no gay people be priests. They gonna fuck the kids, and you know that's what we do. So you got that part of it, and in addition to it, he's throwing out the slurs. Just a banner day for new Pope. That's why I don't fuck with him, even when he tries to do that. Like, guys, we should let the gay people come to church so they can give us 10% of their money.
Shit, they want that money, right?
You know, Christy,
we consolidating like the restaurants here. Come on now,
right? Private equity gonna take over the Catholic Church,
right?
If it hasn't already.
Yeah, buy it up
the message,
charging the rent.
Okay, that's right. I said it. I went there. I'm woke. All right. I can do political humor. T.I. I guess as a comedian, T.I. scared to do political humor. I didn't even think about that till now.
He is a comedian.
That's sad. He don't have any courage. But yeah. Message. Christy Nome forces university employees to drop pronouns and tribal affiliations from their email signatures.
Who cares? What the fuck is this?
In March, both Red Shirt Shaw and Little were told via a written warning from the University of South Dakota to stop. It was a violation of a new policy that the South Dakota Board of Regents had implemented in December. And basically they say you got 5 days to correct the behavior of taking out your tribal affiliation and pronouns. And the law comes from Governor Kristi Noem. She instructed the Board of Regents to take action against liberal ideologies on college campuses, including asking the board to remove all references to preferred pronouns in school materials and ban drag shows on campus. Trying to be that vice president, I guess.
That you ain't gonna get picked.
Right. Oh, pick me ass. NBA great Dwayne Wade launches Translatable, an online community supporting transgender youth. And he did it with his daughter Zara Wade, which is she turned 17 next week.
Wow, 17.
Yeah, she's growing up fast, man. And he's the thing I always find interesting about the framing of these articles is it always has to tell you like how good he is at basketball, because I truly do believe that people and this is I commend Dwayne Wade for this. Like, I actually think it's a good thing, but it sucks that this is a thing, right? We have to basically use his masculinity like the fullback in the I formation of like equality.
Yep.
And like, if you ram through the super hyper masculine Dwayne Wade, NBA champion, guy known as Crash, guy that married Gabrielle Union, this guy is such a man's man. We all respect him. Coolest guy on the planet, Hall of Fame inductee, dream teamer. He is pro-trans youth, and he is creating an app to help the kids out that are trans. But if you don't like it, that means you are not really a man, bro.
Man.
Come on, bro. This ain't
They use him as a covering.
this ain't Mark Ruffalo or whatever, whatever the Pope would call those guys in Hollywood. Nah, this is something a little different here. There's some real man shit, bro. And I feel like that's the only reason that Zaya gets even a little bit of support, because I still think the vast majority of people, if you go to any of these black blogs or Facebook pages, the vast majority of black people still, or those people commenting, but the vast majority of people commenting they either think it's funny,
right,
and have horrible transphobic jokes, or they think that it's evil and it's bad or whatever, and they mock these people and stuff. These are the same people that think Dave Chappelle's a genius for his trans jokes, or excuse his trans jokes as an offshoot of his genius or whatever. So I can't believe the culture is really at this place of, no, we respect Zaya's autonomy. No, you respect Dwayne Wade, and you respect Dwayne Wade loves his child, who you will never truly believe Zaya is who she says she is. You'll never truly believe it, but you don't want to look like you don't like Dwayne Wade. Right. I really think that's what happened.
Agreed.
Anyway, good for them still. Glad they're doing this. This app is translatable as a new online community designed to support transgender children and their families. The question was presented to her as, if you have one thing that you want to see change in this community, what would it be? Dwayne Wade recalled. And for her, it goes right to the parents, it goes right to the adults, it goes right to us. It's not the kids, it's us. So she wanted to create a space that felt safe for parents and their kids. That's what translatable is, and it's her baby. So that's dope. Let's see which one I want to do next. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, raged at Target for selling this LGBTQ plus pride stuff, and he supports a boycott
at Congress. So was he in session?
He was on a podcast.
Okay.
Says Target is not honoring God.
Didn't you just say Target was like, we're gonna take the shit out of certain stores because we just don't want to be bothered?
Yep.
This is why.
And because Republicans are fucking crazy, and they be actually running up on these people at their jobs, threatening them, and all kinds of shit.
Agreed.
And to me, it's a powder keg. Something's gonna happen at some point.
And Target's like, we're not gonna put our employees in danger just for this. Like,
yeah, the Twitter will make you seem like, oh, what a coward thing to do. Twitter who don't leave their house,
right?
Like they don't, like, if they were working anywhere and motherfuckers were pulling up with, right-wing propaganda on, some of them carrying arms and shit, and mad at you for a job you got that happens to be a pro-LGBTQ organization, they would not be like, yeah, shoot me then. No. So somebody has to be an adult and be like, America can't be fucking trusted, and we got to be careful with our fucking kids and shit, because only one side does this. No one ran up in Chick-fil-A with no guns.
No, they did not. And
threatened them during the all the shit with their CEO.
Yeah, it's amazing how this happens one way, but then people talking about the war. War with what guns, bitch? We don't got the guns. They got them.
Anyway, right-wing influencer is forced to pay $1.1 million to black drag queen she lied about.
Good.
Yep. Summer Bushnell posted a doctored video of a drag queen supposedly exposing herself to children in an attempt to prove that drag queens should not be allowed to perform in public, because they always say anyone LGBTQ is a groomer, and that's their thing. They're gonna fuck the kids. They just groomers. That's part of being gay, is pedophilia, because it's not two consenting adults. It's always, and then meanwhile the calls coming from inside the house every single day. All right. Now she has to pay $1.1 million in damages for defaming drag performer Mona Lisa Million, who goes by Eric Posey when not in drag. Why did no one arrest the man in a dress who flashes genitalia to minors and people in the crowd? She wrote on Facebook in 2022. No one said anything about it. There's video. I'm going to put up a blurb video to prove it. It turns out no one said anything about it because it never happened. The blurred video posted was of Posey fully clothed, except that it was blurred so the thousands of people who viewed the video couldn't see that he was clothed. People saw Bushnell's post and started calling the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho police to report Posey. The police said that none of the complaints they received were from people who actually witnessed the performance. After reviewing the original unblurred video, the prosecuting attorneys released a statement saying the allegations of indecent exposure or other crimes cannot be supported by the evidence, and therefore persecution is declined. But that didn't stop the online reaction. Posey explained at the trial that he received death threats and that images from Bushnell's doctor video of him became a symbol used by the right in their attempts to get drag performances banned.
I'd have sued them too. Prove a point.
Right.
Prove a point. You're going to falsely accuse me, but then I'm going to make you pay since we all going to be out here today.
So Posey decided to sue her for defamation because conservative influencers like libs of TikTok and shit, have been like literally rallying up the troops that cause death threats and shit to these people.
Right.
After 3 months of silence, it's now my turn to speak, he said in a press release. Despite being cleared of all wrongdoing, provocateurs have continued to spread the doctor video of my performance, not only defaming me, but also inciting backlash towards the LGBTQIA plus community statewide. I have no choice but to take legal action to hold those responsible for the lies accountable for their actions. My hope is that this civil suit puts a full stop to the hateful disinformation campaigns being waged in Idaho.
Right. So I don't know if it's supporting you. Guess what? They're not going to have to cop up no money. You are.
So he won over $1 million.
Good. Pay
hope you get
every fucking dollar.
Hope you get it. And if they don't get it, I hope they go broke.
Me too. File bankruptcy then.
All right, last story. Therapists are blaming polyamory for patients' problems. See, the problem is the polyamory. It's the stigma, not the relationship structure itself, that causes negative outcomes for a person's well-being. Although neither concept is new, consensual non-monogamy and polyamory are getting a lot of attention these days. Let me get down to even mental health programs seem to carry the stigma. Professionals carry the stigma. Research has found that a lack of adequate information and training means too often they focus on instilling shame and reinforcing harmful messages to patients who practice ethical non-monogamy or polyamory.
Right, because this has nothing to do with your diagnosis or me helping you or anything like that.
And it's probably not included in your standard teachings about it.
Right, and if it's something that's affecting it, we could talk about it at that period of time. But if it's not directly impacting this, why are we discussing it?
Right. They said, according to one study of 249 individuals, so not the most individuals, but also how many polyamorous people are you going to be able to find and do the study with?
Agreed.
In various forms of ethically non-monogamous relationships, therapists suggested, among other things, that their relationships were the direct cause of mental health issues and parroted misogynistic tropes such as women can't do non-monogamy. Some even blocked the individuals from accessing care by saying they wouldn't fit in with a therapy group. 1/5 of patients said that therapists had little to no active knowledge of consensual non-monogamy and that they had to spend a lot of time trying to educate them. Yeah, so now it's like your job to teach them how the relationship works, and then they got to process it through their own lens.
Right.
If they haven't heard about it or don't understand it before now, they're probably assuming a lot of stereotypes and tropes that you worked through.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting because, obviously polyamory is it's a lifestyle, it's a choice, it's a type of relationship structure. It's not necessarily the same as like someone's sexual orientation or gender orientation or something. But I think it still goes within the LGBTQIA spectrum because it includes a lot of different sexual it includes a lot of stuff that's not just necessarily like biological. So I think it's interesting that we are so not trained and not normalized by this or educated about it in our public that people can't get good therapy.
Yeah, and the thing is, somebody says sex therapists. They are people where our thing is we talk about sex, but these people I just want a regular ass therapist.
Well, not just that. Polyamory isn't necessarily a sex thing.
No.
So a sex therapist is not necessarily even a place to go. Now, these are just general therapists that we're talking about. This isn't sex therapy, but
right.
Like so many people associate polyamory with sex.
Yes.
You know, where it's just, oh, you want to fuck a lot of people. Whereas it could be a bunch of types of relationships. Some of them not involving sex at all. Some of them that do involve sex. You know, some of them with one person having sex and the other person not. Like it's a lot of shit.
A lot of
out
dynamics.
there.
Yeah.
And I like part of it. I understand that you would have to educate your therapist, period, because you have to teach them about you and yourself for them to have an opinion and
and
all that shit.
And
but it's got to be a little more work to introduce the entire concept. Like if I say, me and my wife are fighting, they're not gonna be like, wife, what's that? You know what I mean? Whereas if I say I'm polyamorous, I have to not only like it's one thing to explain the dynamics of my polyamorous relationship. It's another thing to have to start from scratch and explain like polyamory. All right, get the Webster dictionary out. We finna go through it today. You need some homework. I know normally I get the homework. You get some homework this week. Google this. Read this book.
Be studying in the next session.
Yeah. Currently about 4% of Americans are in some form of consensually non-monogamous relationship, which is roughly the same percentage that identifies LGBTQ plus. I did not know that was wow. That's certainly a cause for concern because that's a lot of people getting a lot with a lot of people not being trained in how to help them in any way.
Right.
So I just thought that was an interesting article that was also on this website.
And I wonder as time goes on and as people get older, eventually there will be a generation of people that will be educated in this.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Right. Yeah, I think as time goes on, right.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I think, of course, like the more that freedom people have, the more, well, assuming Trump doesn't get elected and we get in some type of weird ass, Holocaust situation.
Right.
But, I think the more people get platforms and the more we learn about each other, the more normalized shit becomes and helpful. But there's people fighting against this. So what do I know? We can't even teach that there were some people who used to be gay or whatever in history without somebody wanting to ban the book. So maybe I'm wrong. All right. Where are we at? 121. You know what? Let's do a little bit of guess the race and then we'll get out of here, everybody. What's my guest race music for y'all? Boom.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, guess the race time. Going around the globe, find different articles, carrying guesses, chat room guesses, day races. Then we score them. And somebody wins. The Las Vegas man who was spotted eating the face of a victim he allegedly murdered told police he was tweaking, hearing voices, and fought with a shapeshifter before killing through the help of the higher power, according to a gruesome report.
Oh no!
Colin Ichiro Zek, 29, has been charged with the April 28th murder of Kenneth Brown. Police say he knocked Brown to the ground where his head forcefully struck the concrete. Witnesses who called 911 to report the violent confrontation said that a man was atop the victim eating the face of the male on the ground. That's wild as fuck because even when I eat stuff that isn't people, I never eat the face. Who the fuck eat face? Like I hear you supposed to suck the juice out of the head of the.
But nobody says eat the head.
Yeah. Who eat face? Like I've never eaten face. I don't think I've ever been served something, even if the face was on it, it was like, nah. I've had fish with the head on it and I'm like, you don't eat the head. Maybe some of y'all fucking with the fish eyes. That's on you. Not sure how much Texas Pete in the world it would take, but it's just not for me. But I just don't know people that go face. So he was crazy even on just not even a person. You know, if he was eating a chicken, but he was eating the chicken beak first, I'd be like, damn, this brother is crazy. He has some serious problems.
Yes.
They don't even serve that at Popeyes or Bojangles.
You can't buy the beaks.
You can get a box of gizzards. You can't get no beaks.
You can get chicken feet, but you can't get no beak.
Right. So, you eating people face, bro. That's the decision you decide to make today. You eating people face. You not even go to jail, bro. You go to the insane asylum. We putting you in Arkham.
Yes.
You gonna be in there with Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze.
The Queen.
We don't need your kind out here.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what your villain name is, but it's I'm Face Off. Okay, yeah, to jail.
Face Off in there, sir.
Yeah, let's see if Dr. Strange can take care of your ass. Brown, cops say, had an injury to the back of his head and was also missing his left eye and left ear. He must have already ate them. Woo! They said Check had blood on his face, hands, and biological matter in his hair, mouth, and on his clothing. Check, who claimed he had been attacked by Brown, told cops he had been awake for 5 straight days because something was possessing him. Hey,
5 straight days.
Also, I like that in his brain at that moment, saying eating face is self-defense was like he thought he could get off with that one.
Mm-mm.
He said, "Oh, they ain't gonna see this." See, he attacked me first, so I had to defend myself, and then I kind of got hungry. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. Asked what he used to hurt the victim. He said, "My teeth."
Ooh, my teeth.
Then he added, "I use my teeth to eat the eyeballs and ears."
Oh no!
Jeffrey Dahmer would be proud.
Apparently so.
Maybe we not losing recipes, literally both ways. After what he used to hurt. Oh wait, then the police told him. He told the police voices in his head told him to kill the victim, who he does not know. Oh, that's the worst. I always feel bad for these people that get killed by crazy people. They didn't know them. Like, it's one thing if y'all was crazy buddies and then today he just happened to have a day. But it's another thing if I'm just coming out of 7-Eleven and now my face getting ate and I'm killed. I don't want to be
in my business.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Right. We can't even have an open casket funeral.
Right. All right, Karen. Guess the race of Mr. Colin Ichiro Check. You all right over there?
Yeah.
Damn.
My mind is trying to process this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go white.
Karen's gonna go white. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. Mm-hmm. White, face eating white. He was taking those drugs, white. Wasian, Asian, I guess white Asian. Yes, to the zombie ninja assassin, not like zombie ninja Asian. A lot of people going with Asian on this one,
right? Because the Ichigo.
Yeah, some people are going white on this one. That you went white.
Yeah.
The correct answer is everyone's right. Cause this motherfucker look like some of everybody. I would have gave you black too. This man look like JL Covan cousin. Don't he? Like they favorite.
Oh.
I can absolutely see.
At least they washed him off before they took the picture.
I can absolutely see this kind of he JL Covan. Like I don't know what his race is. You know, would somebody say the N-word around him at a bar? Probably. I don't know.
I'm so confused.
I'm giving it to both of you. Everybody who said
thank you.
This is going to be one of the worst guest races ever. I'm looking at these stories. It's some terrible stories. Might as well keep it going.
Keep the thing going.
65-year-old bishop fires back against grooming claims after marrying a 19-year-old.
What? How you gonna fire back? What are you firing back at?
Yeah, how are you beating the charges on this, my man?
Don't look at the 19-year-old, but I got something to say. What? Sir, you just shoved a 19-year-old behind you. What are you talking about?
The only grooming I'm doing is being the groom to my 19-year-old bride. I'll beat those allegations.
What?
For the past 2 years, Bishop Dwight Reed has faced criticism for his relationship with Jordan Goodlett. Recently, a 2022 video resurfaced showing Reed making threats from his pulpit to those who disapprove of his marriage. Reed, now 65, was also heard in the video saying
He's at 65.
How did you miss that? And that's the literal title of the article.
What
were you reacting to earlier?
19-year-old.
Okay, but wouldn't the first age be the problem? If I said 21 and 19-year-old, would you have said the same thing? How? What? How, Karen? Now I'm gonna get accused of abuse because I'm pointing out that doesn't make sense. What were we joking about? I was joking about him being 65 and her being 19.
I knew it was an age gap, but I didn't realize. Damn, sir. It's your great grandbaby. The fuck is this?
I guess in all fairness, it's 60. All right. I can't. I don't know what to say. All right. So many people, he was also heard in the video saying he and his armor bearers are packing, meaning they holding guns.
Oh, no.
So y'all try to step to me over my 19-year-old bride.
Run up, get done up in the name of Jesus.
Yeah. Now let the holy hammer uncock on y'all. No weapon formed against me gonna prosper.
Apparently not.
This has led to many to label him as a groomer. I wish some of y'all would mess with my wife, Jordan Reed said in the clip. Talk about what you gonna do if you see her. Well, you will see me on the news. Let me just tell you that right now. Talking about what you gonna do if you see her. You better walk by and say, praise the Lord. That's what you better do. That's my wife. She grown. She didn't need nobody to sign no paperwork for her. Now, if this was not in the streets, I'd be saying she made a come up, but you a hypocrite. So, I guess he's like 19-year-old bag me. You know, I got that preacher money. I got that loan money. All right. According to a petition on change.org from Safe House, #unmuzzled, Reed was previously a pastor in Shreveport, Louisiana. During his time there, he was accused of having unethical relationships with young girls. Oh. Additionally, the organization claims he had inappropriate sexualized contact and communication with a child aged 12 to 15, though they note this was unsubstantiated. So they think he's a straight up pedophile. And he's like, and at worst, a groomer. I mean, at best, a groomer.
Right.
And he said, I have a gun, which doesn't really beat the allegations for me.
It don't. I don't think you can shoot a bullet through those.
Personally, that's not the I mean, I wouldn't be 65 dating a 19-year-old, but if I was, I don't think my first salvo towards the allegations of grooming would be, I got a gun. I think it would be like, I didn't groom her. We just happened to fall in love and she was 19. That's the lie that I would say. Rather than that was your lie, I have a gun. I have a gun just feels like, yeah, I groomed her and what, bitch?
Right. That's all it sounds like to me. What you gonna do about it? Walk up on me?
Y'all gonna try to die on it?
No.
Also, the way he framed the comments, I'm sure that people are like, if I see his daughter, I'm gonna try to help. I mean, daughter, see, Freudian. If I see his, and I should say granddaughter, but if I see his bride, I'm gonna try to like convince her to leave him and that she's in an abusive situation. That's how what I imagine people said.
Right.
But the way he framed it made it sound like they gonna holler at his wife. Like, I wish y'all would mess with my wife. Okay, I'll motherfucking pull out the hammer on y'all. The Draco gonna be getting everybody up in here. Like, it's like, wait a minute. How's that? What? Oh, man. Anyway, Karen, guess the race.
What's the pastor bishop's name?
His name is Bishop Dwight Reed.
Oh, black.
Karen's going black on this one.
Got the Glock. Black.
Got the Glock and the glaucoma.
Yes.
It's 65. I got that Glock on me and the glaucoma, so I can't see you run up on me. I'm shooting everything.
Everything I hear moving because I
Y'all
can't see it.
Y'all stay away from my 19-year-old wife, okay? Because she's an adult that we both respect. I don't have to explain to her what Mayberry means. I'm sure she ain't tired of watching In the Heat of the Night.
I know she know who Andy Griffith is, sir. Sir, if you don't get out of here.
I know she ain't tired of watching the black and white shows on the TV. Big ass Reverend TV. You gotta fucking watch Howdy Doody on the shit. Like, damn, that gotta suck.
Little House on the I said Mayberry. A Little House on the Prairie.
Yep. Anyway, you said black. Let's see what the chat room says. Nigga got the collection plate. Oh, get the collection plate over there. Black. Why do I feel like this is a black man? Bishop Don Eddie Long.
Oh no! Oh,
that's so good. That's so good. Reverend Niggerment Black. Wop, black. Google 19 and Glock 19 and a 19-year-old bride. Got a Cadillac from the building black. Missionary Baptist Kojic Black.
Oh no!
Instead of Kodak Black, he's Kojic Black. Still same level of sexual creep. Graduation from the Kevin Samuel School of Shame, nigga. All right, the correct answer is, I think everyone said black. You're all right. People always got to ask me, how come Pastor got to have a nice car? Why Pastor got to have a 19-year-old wife? I said, don't ask. No questions.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
No questions.
Just give the money. Yeah, that's him right there. Ooh, that looks like a great picture of a grandfather and his granddaughter who's about to graduate or get married. That is a damn shame.
Yeah, she literally no to be his grandbaby.
Right. You know, and he could do well for a 65-year-old. He didn't look half bad. You could be a 65-year-old Pastor Pimp. All the women's in the first row are gonna be having them big hats on for you.
Child, yes, front row and center.
Good grief. Well, I'll tell you, man, this is why they choosing the bear.
This is why they picked. They say, you know what? I just go with the bear. The bear gonna kill me.
The bear ain't fucking starting a church taking money from the community.
It is not.
Okay, bears don't groom.
No, they don't. Dang. They groom themselves. They ain't grooming me.
Jesus Christ, man. All right, Karen's 2 for 2.
Yay!
Why? Are you racist? How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's going to
Gold chain, fried chicken, biscuit, eating monkey, big baboon, big dot, fast love, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree
basketball. The world's most arrested man has died. Yeah.
Oh, most arrested. Okay.
Yeah. That's right. He's going to that big old jail in the sky, guys.
Apparently so.
God's holding him now. All right. For 24 hours.
He got life in heaven.
He's on eternal life row now, everybody.
Eternal lockdown.
Henry Earl.
Henry Earl. Lord, who great grandpa's this? Henry Earl. Woo, child. You know that nigga was picking cotton.
Henry Earl.
Henry Earl. They don't make them no more.
Picking cotton.
Who you know named Henry Earl in 2024?
Nobody.
Nobody.
It's not even like a last name no more.
Mm-mm.
Like Earl's supposed to be a first name. Earl to Pearl, you know.
And Henry is supposed to be a first name.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can get away with Earl Henry more than Henry Earl.
Yeah.
For the last several years of his life, Earl resided at a nursing home in Owington, Kentucky, a city about 50 miles from Lexington, where he racked up the majority of his arrests. At the old folks' home? What? So he was a late bloomer. He said, I gotta get these numbers up. He was like LeBron James.
He's like, my life been boring, so I'm gonna make up for all them years.
As reported in these pages, Earl was regularly collared for public order crimes fueled by alcohol and booked in the Fayette County Detention Center in Lexington. When we stopped counting, he had spent a staggering 6,000 days in the county lockup for public offenses like public intoxication and disorderly conduct. Violent crimes did not appear on his prodigious rap sheet. According to jail records, he would usually spend several days behind bars before being released back to the Lexington streets, where the 5'4" local celebrity was affectionately known as James Brown. Earl was first busted in Fayette County in 1970.
1970?
For carrying a concealed weapon. He was 20 at the time. Over the decades that followed, his rap sheet became so lengthy it threatened to deplete the U.S. timber reserves. In a few years before he entered the nursing home in 2017, he spent longer stretches in custody when the leniency he had been afforded by scores of judges dried up. Earl's last arrest was April 2017 for public intoxication. Well, just think about how many times they let him go. He probably lead the league in that.
Took a few years off. I guess the pandemic slowed him down.
He got to lead the league in being let go. How many times they just ain't want to do that paperwork?
Right. They was like, nah.
Just go home, Earl. Damn.
And these are the ones they documented. I guarantee
That's
you.
What I'm saying.
There was time they seen him, and you know what that police officer said? Speed up.
Right.
They was like, nope.
Officer got a 911 call. Oh, it was a Henry Earl. Come on, man.
They rock, paper, scissors to see who gonna go get him and shit.
So he was laid to rest on Thursday. I bet the police showed up.
You know they did. They was like, we don't believe he gone.
They probably gave him a 21 gun salute.
Yes, they did.
You think he went to heaven or jail?
Jail.
His heaven is a jail.
Yes, it is.
He's like, he get to the fences. He's like, oh, finally. I know why the fences don't just open up to the sideways like they normally do. All right, Karen. Guess the race of Henry Earl.
Black child, Henry Earl.
How do I say you have Miranda rights?
Shit, he got pre Miranda rights.
Right. He know Miranda.
Yeah, he does.
He was in there with Miranda
when she got her rights.
And yes, we know that it was a man whose last name was Miranda. Don't write in. Not only is he black, he's from the Tobacco Patch Black. Goodbye, Earl White. There's nothing else to do, Sal Black. Sam Cooke type nigga, says KGH. Got some handcuffs inscribed on his tombstone.
Oh no!
God's got him in custody now, guys. He's in the Lord's custody.
He got a permanent jumpsuit now.
He's in the everlasting arms of his heavenly prison. Some people have let Jesus take the wheel. He's like, let Jesus be the warden.
Oh no!
Ashes in Crown Royal Bag Black. The correct answer is everyone who said black, you got it right. All right. Sorry.
But so we get booze?
No. And one person missed it.
That pick is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that pick is hilarious. That's the same smirk he get him every time they arrest him.
I don't know how to explain this, man, but he looked not violent.
Right.
They said he never was violent. Like, I can see why it was just like, oh, Earl.
Yes.
Let's put him in the tank again.
Yeah, they probably said, oh, these all his pics.
Yeah, this all his mug shots.
Wow, he done lived a life.
Yeah, he went. I like this phase up at the top left where he definitely had a mohawk for a while.
Yeah, had the frohawk going. Yeah,
he was doing the rest in peace to a real one, man. He never hurt nobody. Okay, he just did a little public nuisance.
You know? Intoxication. They probably set him in there for 48 hours till he dried out.
It was more for his protection.
Yes, than anything else. Yeah, not for other people.
All right, sword ratchetness.
You know what, TPS? I do think that man probably could cook a mean rib.
He do look like that.
They be like, they're like, Henry, let me get your sauce. You know, I don't get nobody my sauce now. You know, I don't be doing that.
I'm gonna be honest. Henry Earl look like he the uncle that fall at the. He gets so drunk he fall at the cookout
and knock the speakers over.
Yeah, that's like he look like the uncle that he the one that lets you know it's time to go when he pass out.
Yeah, you go.
And when he start arguing with your aunts out loud.
Yeah, that's when me and Roger could I say each other go, time to go? Yeah, time to go.
A man was arrested for alleged attack on churchgoers with a wooden sword in Salt Lake City.
Oh, maybe he got hand that like that last pastor with the Glock.
He was trying to free a 19-year-old bride.
Right.
Totally possible in Utah. A man was arrested. Sorry, JL. Damn. But come on. I didn't tell you to like Karl Malone. Take a drink if every time JL catches a stray, make sure y'all take a drink. We're gonna kill some people by the end of the year.
Oh, we bet you we will.
A man was arrested Sunday after police say he randomly attacked people at Catholic Church in Salt Lake City. Chandler Grillone, 31, was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault and other offenses after the attack. According to police, Grillone walked into the Cathedral of Madeleine during Mass. He was wielding a bamboo sword. Oh, so he wasn't about that life. He attacked multiple people without provocation or any indication of reasoning. Police say he hit 2 people with the sword and punched a third person, breaking the victim's glasses.
Well, damn.
Well, I guess that answers the age-old question. Would you hit a man with glasses? Chandler Grillone would.
Yeah, absolutely right. What them glasses got to do with me?
He also allegedly resisted arrest. What?
You don't say.
He had to be restrained with a capital WRAP device. RAP device?
What's that?
He has been held in jail without bail. What is a RAP device?
Do they wrap you up in it? Is it like a straight suit?
Straight jacket kind of. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'll show y'all before we leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like a big straight jacket.
Oh, they was like, we tired of you. Let's go ahead and
newest device, the wrap restraint system. With the wrap restraint system, we use it on a subject that is in our custody, under arrest, and we are trying to transport them to jail. If the person becomes combative, is kicking, spitting, and fighting, this device allows us to safely travel with them in their vehicle while restrained. So, to show you the device, Officer Melton here has volunteered to be our subject. The device has 4 components to it. The first part is you use the strap to wrap the ankles to prevent them from kicking or injuring themselves.
Wow.
I'm sure they'll be kicking in.
Once the ankles are wrapped, the officer is able to lift them up and slide the second piece underneath. This second piece is used to wrap the legs, again, to prevent them from kicking, bucking, or doing other things that can harm themselves.
Oh, they was like, you ain't gonna be moving.
There are 3 buckles that are fastened and pulled tight.
So basically, they just wrap your ass up. That's, I mean,
it's up like a mommy.
I don't know what the WRAP stands for. I guess somebody patted themselves on the back when they came up with an acronym that also was what it does.
Right. That's 1, 2. So they put a piece across your chest too.
Yeah, I think they just wrapped your ass totally up, and they put a helmet on.
Cause injury to themselves while being transported to the jail. Once all the components are on, we use several officers to grab hold of the subject, grab a handle, and lift them up, taking them to a patrol car.
Handle on it.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the wrap device, everybody. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's some shit I don't want to know.
Child, no, that's
I bet Henry Earl knew.
You child, they had him wrapped up all the
He
time.
probably was like, go on, get the rap device.
Tell them he get mad at him. You ain't using it right now. Let me show you how to do it. Let you go ahead. You're a rookie. You know, I ain't never seen you around here before. Hang that up, boy.
Right. Boy, I'm gonna get out of this. You better squeeze my legs.
You better quit playing with me, boy. You gonna fuck around and have to get me again.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll be back. We appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.